last year or so, we've been doing some training of sorts to get our kiddo ready for bike packing this summer. Obviously, bike packing in general is kind of a challenge. There's a lot of steps involved, but adding the kiddo to the mix adds an even greater challenge. But this rig here isn't just for bike packing. In an effort to drive less and bike more, my family has been hauling the kiddo to and from daycare, doing grocery pickups, general chores around town, and even a few dirt road family bike rides with the rig. So in today's video, I'm going to share our current commuter and our future kiddo bike packing hauler with you. And because of the ridiculous winter much of the western part of the United States is currently having, I decided to share this rig now, which is kitted out with a variety of winter specific components that I found super useful. Let's do it. While location certainly helps, it's also a fundamental lifestyle change. And I truly believe that commuting makes you a better human, happier, and also helps you appreciate human-powered travel even more. I was enlightened when I moved to Minneapolis in 2018 and started commuting every day. It just made me feel better. And now that I live in a small town, well, I really have no excuse. When I jump on my bike in the morning or in the middle of the day to run an errand, or in the afternoon to get groceries or pick up the kiddo from daycare, I'm not only getting stuff done via the bicycle, but it's also a rejuvenating moment. Even if it's just 15 minutes to and from, it helps me adjust my attitude and appreciate the power of the bicycle. I believe getting our son in the bike every day will also help prepare him for a night under the stars. All right, let's jump into the highlights of the Grappler Burly Kid Hauler. So if you've watched this channel by now, you know my love for the Surly Grappler. It has turned into the do-it-all machine. I won't get into it too much because I've already done a full review on it, as well as demonstrated how to convert it to a flat bar rig, and both of those videos are linked in the description below. But the Grappler is a fantastic bike for this purpose. Not only is it geo-dialed for off-road travel, but it works well around town, and it's also well suited for sloppy conditions with its stability. And I found that to be extra beneficial this winter. I also have really come to love 27.5-inch wheels on this thing, which might just be the best wheel size for towing. It helps accelerate a bit faster, especially with the trailer in tow, and when I'm stopping or slowing down on streets or on some dirt roads, it's helpful. After all, stopping is a very common thing with the kiddo. I also feel like I have a bit more confidence on the ice with the 27.5 wheel size. Plus, the Grappler, it comes with all the mounts that you would need, and we'll get into that because, well, I use them to install these fenders. All right, so we got the Burly Encore X, which is right here, as a hand-me-down from a friend, and wow, were we pleasantly surprised, not only for its stability and just the comfort that our son has in it, but the ease of use. It's super intuitive. The first thing we did was we got our Robert Axle Project through axle to fit the Ghost Grappler, and the rest was history. It was super easy to install and fit on the bike. Our son absolutely loves his time in the Burly, or at least he doesn't hate it. He's usually really quiet when he gets in here. The double capacity trailer is spacious for him and his toys, and of course, some blankets here and there. The see-through sides and front let him look around, and it's spacious enough for a full family grocery store pickup, which is perfect. So in the summer, the water-resistant cover basically comes up and you can open it up and you get a nice fresh breeze. But for sloppy conditions, the weather-resistant cover really helps cut the elements and actually kind of helps keep that heat inside, which is super nice when the temperatures do dip in the negatives. Maybe my favorite feature is the 16-inch plus wheels. They offer a bit more comfort for the kiddo and more traction for me, and this is especially helpful when we're riding off-road or through snow. The Burly does come with the 20-inch wheels. The 16-inch wheels are an add-on accessory. So as a bonus, the Encore X can not only turn into a stroller, but with the ski accessories, you can also take the kiddo Nordic skiing, which is a fantastic yet very challenging workout. Overall, this is going to be a fantastic trailer for bike packing this summer. The back here has some really nice extra cargo. It offers lots of room for him. It has the ability to swap out wheels, as I mentioned, and it has some shocks to help absorb those small bumps. And that makes our job just a little bit easier. All right, so the SKS Blue Metal fenders or mud guards, whatever you want to call them, doesn't matter. They're absolutely amazing. After riding with them for a handful of weeks now, I have been pleasantly surprised with not only the full coverage, but also the durability after riding through some really sloppy conditions. But if you've ever installed the Blue Mel fenders, you know it is no easy task. Not to mention every bike is different, so mixing and matching is not as cut and dry as the next bike. So when I was trying to figure out where to put the struts and everything like that, it was a little frustrating. It took me a handful of hours. The reason I went with the Blue Mels is because it fits a big volume tire. This particular Blue Mel fits a 29 or 27.5 by 2.35 or 2.6. That's massive for a fender. I'm a huge fan so far, and yes, despite the fact that it did take a few hours to install, now that they are on, there's no need for me to gear up for getting super sloppy and wet, and I plan on keeping these fenders on all throughout the summer. I just want to take a quick moment to let everybody know this video is supported in part by Terravel tires. Like many cycling brands, there's a passionate group of cyclists behind Terravel. Their tires are designed and inspired by the routes and terrain they've ridden. And that's why you might notice Terravel tire models are named after regions with distinct terrain and even specific trails in some cases. So to learn more about Terravel's development process and a bit more about their tire lineup, you can click this card right here or find a link in the description below. So speaking of Terravel, the Grappler comes with 27.5 by 2.6 inch A-lines, a great tire in general. And while the tire did see a lot of pavement this year, it rolled really well. But where the tire shined was obviously when we got the bike off-road. More recently, the town I live in, well, they don't use salt, which is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But because of that, we have sheets of ice all over the place. I was looking for a studded, tubeless, big volume tire, and after talking to a few friends, folks mentioned the Schwalbe Ice Spiker Pro, and that's what I ended up going with, the 2.2 inch Ice Spiker Pro. And wow, it is like Velcro on ice. I have superior confidence pedaling at somewhat fast speeds over sheets of uneven ice, as the studs do a great job of hooking up with the ice, plus the large lugs of the tire does a really good job of kind of shedding that snow that kind of cakes into the tire. Now, it's not the fastest tire, but I'm okay with that because it's a confidence-inspiring tire that will get me from A to B safely. I've always been a fan of Fenix lights, especially their handlebar lights. Actually, one of the first reviews that I actually did on the YouTube channel was of the Fenix BC21R. But when Fenix launched the BC26R, it was a no-brainer for me. Longer battery life with more lumens. Yeah, I bought it right away. I use this light not only for my nighttime rides, especially around the winter solstice time when I need to pick up the kiddo at daycare, but I also use it during the day on flash mode, just to be seen, obviously. It's a great light that works really well in cold temperatures, which is notable here, of course, and it's super easy to swap out the battery or charge the light itself. Plus, the mount allows you to easily install or uninstall the light. As far as rear lights are concerned, I have a variety of rear lights that I've kind of collected over the years. But the most important thing for bike packing or commuting is having one that is of high quality. Obviously, it's really important to be seen, especially when you are towing precious cargo. A few that I really like are the Cherrybomb 35 from Knight Rider, the Solaris 250 USB from Knight Rider, Planet Bike Super Flash Turbo, and the PDW Danger Zone. These are really bright lights that have good flash patterns that will definitely catch the attention of folks. As far as accessories go, I do want to upgrade to a full frame bag eventually, especially for, you know, that overnighter, that bike packing experience. But for now, the Roadrunner Wedge has done a fantastic job of holding small things like my phone, tube and tools, a pound of coffee when I say go to the local coffee roaster, and my Abus Bordeaux Light lock, which is a great lock. It's super lightweight, and obviously it looks the part. Another part on this bike that is probably totally unnecessary, but truly makes this rig more versatile, is the dropper post, which comes on the Grappler. So while the saddle height is set for me when my partner needs to either drop off the kiddo or use the bike, all she has to do is lower the dropper post by an inch or so. It makes it really, really versatile and multi-use. I think we're a little lucky that we can both kind of fit a medium frame. Another component that has worked out really well and is also a good bang for your buck is the Race Face Chester pedals. The composite pedal has a nice wide platform, which offers great support. It comes in a variety of colors, and it comes with adjustable pins. So in the summer, I ride with sandals, and the pins really don't need to be exposed as much. But when I ride in the winter with boots or more heavy-duty shoes, I find that I like a little bit more pin exposed. So these pedals are actually really versatile that way. Finally, I recently took off the Old Man Mountain Elkhorn rack, so that I could actually see the ice in front of my front tire. But once things melt out, I do plan on adding this back on the front again. It just offers a little bit more extra cargo, which is nice. And when we plan on going bike packing, I'll likely add a rear rack as well. I think racks seem like a pretty good idea for this style of kiddo bike packing, as I'm not going to be going bonkers on, say, single track, and it probably tames me down a little bit more, because I don't want to break the rack, break the trailer. So it's probably a good idea for me, at least. All right, so that is about it. The Grappler, Burley, Kid Hauler, Grocery Getter, Do-It-Aller, Thingamajogger. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I tend to take the Burley off quite often. Just if I'm running a quick errand around town and I don't need that extra cargo, it's super easy to do that. So what do you all think about the rig? And if you have any advice for a first-time bike packing experience with a kiddo, please leave it in the comments section below. I really do look forward to sharing our experience bike packing with our child. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, pedal further.